There are some kind of male moments when you have to get up at night more than once, unfortunately, but I'm kind of under medical supervision. Everything is fine. But still, this summer I hit the record. In September, to be exact, I got up 13 times, but I also had a strong exacerbation of the gallbladder. Anyway, I had no sleep, only napping for about for an hour and a half in the morning. I also have a small child, and this terrible condition, irritability, complete loss of motivation, I started to lose a lot of weight. I hated walking with my child, because you stand and think, God, when this all ends, these slides, rides, these children, I need to take him from here, put him there. Now I run with him, I ride him on slides. He already started to climb on a pull-up bar. As I took 2 capsules, I do everything very fast now. The most interesting thing is that it's not like doping. It's like you're just young again. Hello, dear viewers. We are on Synthesit channel. My name is Alexander. Here is our biosynthesit, Dmitry. In a few words, what we'll talk about today is synthesit. It's a bioactive mineral that helps to restore vital body's functions. This is the innovation of 2019, and today it's already being produced even in Switzerland. This black dry is Russian production, and the grey one is Swiss. Today we know about 70 biological properties of synthesit, that is cessation of hair loss and blood thinning effect. Various allergic reactions in people sometimes go away. Someone's hair even turned dark. In one of the latest videos we talked about it. In general, here is our bio Dmitry. He's been taking synthesit for some time. Let's listen to his story, what are Dmitry's observations, improvements and changes in the body, which he could notice over the time of intake. Good day. I've been taking synthesit properly for 9 days. First day, I took 1 capsule, then I decided to follow the suggested use, and on the second day, I took 2 capsules in the morning on an empty stomach. Later, I continued to take 1 capsule per day, as 2 capsules were too much for me. I'll tell you why. And I started to take 1 and listen. Don't know how is it for anyone. For me, for many years, the problem number 1 is a sleep cycle. There are some kind of male moments when you have to get up at night more than once, unfortunately, but I'm kind of under medical supervision. Everything is fine, but still, this summer I hit the record. In September, to be exact, I hit the record. I got up 13 times. But I also had a strong exacerbation of the gallbladder. Anyway, I had no sleep, only napping for about an hour and a half in the morning. I also have a small child. And this terrible condition, irritability, complete loss of motivation, I started to lose weight. Before that, I also had times when my sleep was totally bad. I really can't fall asleep for a long time. I toss and turn, thoughts mixture. That is the worst thing. You're still afraid of not having time to fall asleep when you will get up soon, and this just makes you mad. Anyway, for a long time, I could not sleep normally. Listen, well, I don't want to sing the praises or something like this, but on the second day, when I took 2 capsules, I was already able to fall asleep at 12 o'clock at night and get up at 7:30 a.m. without waking up at night. For me, you can't imagine it all. I immediately get rid of many problems, in my head mainly, some kind of nervousness, constant fatigue, lack of motivation. In order, the most important thing for me is that sleep has returned to normal. All these days, it's already 5-6 p.m. now, and I take these pills somewhere at 7 a.m. together with vitamin C. I take Easter C. This is a bioavailable form of vitamin C. I take 500 milligrams Easter C, and I take 2 tablets of B1, B6, and B12 complex. Only about an hour or 1 hour and a half later, I start to eat. But I drink coffee. But according to the instructions, in an hour you can drink coffee, and I drink it. What I noticed right away was my mood. This is important to me, because I am a hypochondriac. I'm prone to pessimistic thoughts, but this is apparently due to some diseases of general fatigue. I'm 41 years old. This mood, I hated to walk with my child, because you stand and think, God, when this all ends, these slides, these rides, children, I need to take him from here, put him there. Now I run with him, I ride him on slides, then go to pull-up bar. As I took 2 capsules, I did everything very fast. Moreover, the most interesting thing, it's not like doping, or as it's called, such stimulants. This is important for me, that there is no such synthesit, a sharp rise and then a cruel payback for such a bliss, well, as I call it. That is, you feel like you are just young again. A lot of energy, perfect mood, motivation. Now I decided to completely change direction in the professional field. I signed up for programming courses. I want to be ahead, on the cutting edge of technologies, to deal with this process. I understand that my profession is probably no longer in demand. And before it got me deeply depressed, even apathetic. I didn't want to do anything, but now, on the contrary, I'll do my best. I want it, I'll do it. I can do it despite anything. Then another moment, I got problems with my skin at the age of about 21, 22. There is something like seborrheic dermatitis on these places, there, where the beard grows, icers appear on the hairline and eyebrows, and you must apply hormonal ointments or Zinacap. I always used a zinc ointment. Listen, all these days I had nothing applied on my skin, and it's clear. I mean, I got the thing back to normal. Then, recently on my knee, some kind of a mole began to grow, but this was not a wart, it was pigmented and dark, and it began to disappear, and this bump also began to disappear. It took only 8 or 9 days, a very small period of time. You know, I used to buy a lot on iHerb. I don't know how much money I've spent there. I could have bought a car with all that money. I tried to ease that state of apathy, most of all, and now it's gone. I solved the problems that had bothered me for many, many years, and it took a very short period of time, in my opinion. I don't know what will happen next. Well, some problems started to gradually disappear with the gastrointestinal tract. A bowel movement has returned to normal, just stable, even perfect as it should be. I began to slowly gain weight because I was very thin. Strength appeared in my muscles. That is, you know, there is such a thing, muscle hunger. I used to do mainly pull-up bars and bars, and that's when I can't, but I definitely must give a load on my legs, on my arms, otherwise it's somehow uncomfortable for me. I cut it back again. I don't know how, like at 25, at 20, I haven't experienced this for a very long time. It's super. Then, how to put it mildly, every morning it wakes me up. A morning teenage alarm clock. Yes, a morning teenage alarm clock. This is actually a nightmare in the best sense of the term. There is such a thing and they talk about it. It's simply great, but, also very important moment. I just do meditation, or rather I did it somewhere half a year. I didn't want this anymore, but now I'm gradually starting to enter this rhythm again. It's a very interesting state, as if I have a buffer between events that occur in the outside world and my reaction to these events. I mean, I have a choice, either to get angry or keep silent, leave or something else, without this uncontrollable emotional reaction. This is very important for me too, because I'm such a short-tempered person, and due to this I also have many problems, unfortunately, in my life. Now I have a buffer, and I can keep silent. I can even be ironic, that is, it doesn't bother me. Some moments that greatly impact the ego, they stop bothering me. I mean, more like a balanced state. Do you hear any noise? Yes, there is a bit of noise, as if you have something there. I have nothing here. It's not a problem, actually. Yes, the emotional state is stabilized. Yes, but for me, these are important things. Skin problems, sleep problems, emotional state, motivation and strength, and energy. So I don't want to sleep during the day. Before, if I had lunch and had no need to go to the office, I took a nap somehow, and now I even understand that if I close my eyes now, I'll just lie. That is, I don't want to do this. And somehow appears some kind of interest to details. How to explain this? As if another dimension has appeared. I mean, either because concentration improves, your world becomes bigger, brighter, like 3 or 4-dimensional. Some kind of additional perception appears, and this leads to some interesting memories, and for this reason the mood improves. But I don't know how to say it. When the body simply has more vitality and more energy, more resources in principle for perception, so you notice more, see more, remember more, and when your body's resources decrease and your vitality decreases, then you survive, you act within a narrow framework, but there is, turns out, you kind of reveal the focus of attention. Yes, as if it's more scattered, not focal, not tunnel vision. I see one point and go there. I don't understand what's happening around, but here the world somehow becomes bigger, deeper and interesting. Alexander has a very strong noise. Perhaps I should call back? Okay, let's do it this way. I'll ask the last question because we've already had a good conversation, so that the viewers won't get tired afterwards. So you said it was too much. What do you mean? Too much, this is also an interesting condition, or just it's unusual for me. But after such an energy loss, I wanted to run, for example. I came home and did this. And that I understand that this is not typical for me at all. I'm not such an energetic person. I'm more of a lazy type. Let's say so. I'm too lazy to do some business at the same time. This and that. But this happened. And in the evening, somewhere around 8 o'clock, I realized that I felt so good and pleasantly fatigued. and I was about to lie down and fall asleep. It's another interesting thing. You know, when I have insomnia, I toss and turn, and it seems to me that everything is uncomfortable. My posture is uncomfortable, my bed is uncomfortable, the pillow is not the one I need. But now I lie down and immediately fall asleep. My friend says, as if Saint Michael the Archangel embraces you with this wing. Yes, right. Even before I was scared of this condition when I quickly fell asleep. I thought something was wrong. I woke up because of this, and then I realized that I was just falling asleep. Once, and that's all. I also had insomnia before. Sometimes I couldn't fall asleep until 3 a.m. Then, thanks to Synthesit, it put an end to it very quickly. Probably now, at this particular stage, I'm most grateful for my sleep because I was so tired from this constantly sleepy state, and the brain didn't work properly. Of course, the main thing is it's without any chemistry, pills and some obscure recipes. Yes, well, Dmitry, thank you very much for such a detailed and informative interview. We'll stay in touch and see what interesting things will happen to you further. Dear viewers, thanks for watching, subscribe to our channel, give us a like. All the best, bye. Thank you, bye. Super, thank you.